the gutter, but I left my lover. What an expensive fate.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Lydia, and if you're not new, thank you so much, boo, for coming back to my channel today. So in today's video, I was taking down my hair, and I wanted to just come on here and chit chat with you guys, quarantine style. I hope you're doing well, you're staying safe, you're social distancing, you're staying at home, and just keeping your immune system up. Let's hope that this pandemic blows over sooner than later. But yeah, let me not ramble too much. Today's video, I have some questions which I asked you guys to ask me on Instagram. So it's here, and they're just going to be on my phone. Basically, I'm just going to be answering them while I take down my 3-month-old hair. I'm very embarrassed saying that, but you're going to see how crazy I look right in the video. In case you end up enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, usually go to the salon after every 1 month. I'm one of those very lazy natural hair people that just plait their hair in a cornrow and put on their wigs. Like, I cannot be bothered. So but because of the whole situation, the salons are closed up, so I'm going to attempt to take down this hair, because if I leave it any longer, it's going to turn to dreads. It's going to get locked. Like, that's how I feel, so yeah. Are you ready to see how crazy I look? Oh my god, don't scream. At this stage, I think they're just called corns without rows. My hair, like, there's a lot of new growth. I want to take it down. I've washed it once, but while it was still like this, I didn't take it off. So I've washed it once in that 3-month time. My hair is one of those hairs that don't grow a lot when you wash it a lot. Like, it relies on a bit of dirt. I know that sounds nasty, but that's just how my hair is. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be answering the questions while I take down my hair, to be like a chill Q&A session. I asked people to ask me questions. It's already here. I asked people to ask me questions on girl talk, girl stuff, and I got some questions here. So we're going to start with Gloria. She says, girls and fake life. Yeah, I get where she's coming from. Like, I'm one of those people, yeah. I kind of believe in it's unnecessary to please people that don't matter in your life, and that's really what fake life is about. Like, going to borrow someone's bag to front on the gram, trying to borrow clothes, borrow wig. Some people used to borrow frontal that is not their own. They will now go and you don't have the fear of God. They'll go and cut the frontal to match their own hairline, and then they'll go and put they'll tint the lace to match their skin tone. Are you a weary person? Are you alright? Are you okay? But then, like, all just to keep up with their fancy lifestyle they have online. Growing up, I don't know, maybe it was how I was raised. My mom, I don't know, she put that in me that I'm enough, and I just grew up like that. Even back then in secondary school, when people would bring their sisters like that enchanter powder, or like hair clips, like their senior sisters' hair clips, and clothes, shoes, all of that, to come and show off in class, I didn't do any of that. Like, when it's my turn, I'm like, I don't have it. I don't have it. Like, that's just what it is. There's no need to be what you're not. Like, there really is no need to be what you're not. In the long run, it's just going to be more detrimental to you as a person if you're living a fake life, because it'll be too much to keep up, and then you have to start doing stuff like maybe sleeping around just to get more money to buy. God, like, let me even talk about this now. Some people that come into my DM say, God, like, it's crazy. I'm still hustling too. First of all, I'm not rich, I'm not a millionaire, I don't have money the way you guys think I have, So for some people to come into my DMs and I see some kind of message that they send, and then I'm like, okay, let me just even go to this person's page and see what's up. I go to this person's page, and Gucci bag that I've never carried, though, they're carrying it. Like, they are supposedly living better, I did in quote, better than me on their Instagram pages. And it's like, so why are you coming to come and ask me for money? Go and sell this Gucci bag that you posed with in this picture, or go and sell this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it don't make no sense. Make it make sense, you know? Uka Pressure says intimacy in relationships. So she did not say what angle she was asking the question from. I'm just going to assume it's the angle of how to be intimate in a relationship. And the advice I'll give you is I feel like most Nigerian men are not raised up in the way of romance. I don't know. They just most of them take after their father's way of life, which was provide for the girl, provide for the house, provide food, and that's your love language. That's all. You don't need to do any more things. And I feel like, that's not the case. That shouldn't be the case at all. You should try to always, as a guy, put an extra effort into your relationships and just be more intimate with your partner. And as a girl, I feel like guys don't really open up to their partners if they don't feel comfortable. So don't get me wrong, he might love you like crazy, but then if he doesn't feel like you would accept him for all that he is, he's never going to open up to you. And that to me is the sexiest kind of intimacy, when he can be his true self around you. He's not pretending, he's not trying to act like he's one superhero like that. He really shows you how it is for him, when he's happy, when he's sad, when he's having a tough time. That's what I find sexy. That's what I find sexy. I don't know about you guys there. And then when there's just this mutual understanding, and then in the part of maybe making love and having sex, a lot of people don't know this, but there's a difference between making love and having sex. And I'm not going to be the one to what's the word, differentiate that for you. That's not my line of calling, so we're just going to move past that. But I feel like people just have sex nowadays. Nobody's really making love and putting in the effort. And if you're with someone, I feel like you guys should both explore yourselves. Of course, yeah, when you should be doing all of this when you're like of age and you want to have sex. There's no stigmatizing or judging you if you're of age. You need to be of age. Don't be underage and be having sex. You don't even understand your body yet, so you don't have no business having sex with someone because you're in a relationship with them and you're underage. So yeah, just try to know your partner, and I feel like that's the basis for any good relationship, intimacy or otherwise. Once there's understanding, deep rooted understanding, there shouldn't be any issues. So hey, Essay says men and asking for money too much. Guys, hey god, I can relate with this so much because I dated someone like that, and this guy, no jokes, he still had so much pride. I know this to be fine. God, like, he was so fine, he was buff, he had so much pride. You'd be asking me for money, God, for the most stupid things. I don't have a problem with you supporting your man, no, don't get me wrong. Like, please, it's good when he supports you and you support him. But like, this one was just too much. He was not supporting me. It was one-sided. It was a leeching, a parasitic kind of relationship. We'll go to restaurants to eat, and then he's angry at me because I paid the waiter. Some African men and their mentality of superiority. He's angry that I paid the waiter, that I'm supposed to have given him the cash, or I'm supposed to have given him the ATM. So usually, just to make peace reign, I'll try to be passing money to him under the table, or hiding them, like not letting people see that I'm literally paying for the bill of what you just ate. Imagine. And then I was in love, so I was doing it all. For the sake of love, So I experienced it, and it's just a crazy thing. Like, it's a different thing where you're supporting someone and then they make it in life and you guys start to enjoy yourselves, but not the ones that just want to be lazy. They want you to they just want to be at home, lying on your couch, playing game. You go out, you bring food, you bring raw materials, they won't even help you cook. You'll be the one to still enter the kitchen and cook again after coming back from work. Haba. I can't be in that kind of relationship again. No, I've experienced it and I don't wish it on anyone. Like, it's not all men. Some men really hold their own down. Even if they don't have a lot, you see that they're trying, And yeah. Okay, this is Trillian. She says, I should talk about feminine hygiene, maybe. Importance of using protection, celibacy. So she asked 3 questions: feminine hygiene, importance of using protection, and then celibacy. So I'm just going to answer it in that order. So for feminine hygiene, like, that's a topic I really want to go in depth on, because growing up I didn't know the right products to use or how to do it properly, basically, and that's something that is very important, because it doesn't even just start from washing up in the bathroom, from what you eat. If you notice days that you've had like extra garlic in your meal, or extra onions, the next day it's going to smell nasty down there. It's like I think it's called the gut brain access, but in this case it's the gut pom pom access. Like, what you take in here, you're going to smell it down there, trust me. And that's why most times some people have like this fishy smell. That fishy smell also comes from BV is bacterial vaginosis, and this is where like the normal regular pH balance of your vagina isn't balanced. Something is making it not to be balanced. Maybe if you had sex and the guy puts his seed inside you. I'm trying to think of, I don't want to say nasty stuff, but like the guy puts his seed inside you, then, and that stays there overnight, it contributes to that smell. And then maybe you eat something that doesn't really agree with you down there, and there's so many options, there's so many reasons why that could happen. Infection as well, people that use lubes. I don't know, as a young person, I don't feel like you're meant to use lubes. Like, there are fruits and foods that you eat that helps you be moisturized and wet down there. You don't have to use lubricants while you're still young and your cervical fluid is still being produced. And so feminine hygiene is just really important. Just try to pay attention to your body. If you eat certain fruits and you notice foods and you notice that it smells down there, please stay away from those foods. If you eat certain kind of things, and try to always wash down. I use one of these feminine gels. If it's something you want me to talk more about, let me know. But most times I just use water and that. I don't use soaps. I think that's what I was meaning to say. I don't use soaps on it, like all this Dettol, Pear, all this kind of soaps. I don't use that on it at all. Black soaps that I use for my face, I don't use that on it as well. And then, very even more extra, when you're having your period, you want to use warm water. You want to wash it up properly. Just try to help yourself. Like, of course the vagina has like a natural smell, but then when it's too bad to the point where you can perceive it out, like, you can sit like this and you're perceiving it, then that's really bad. And then, importance of using protection. So the thing with protection is, you want to be already of age and you're having sexual relationships with your partners. A lot of girls think that them requesting for their partners to use protection might put the partner off, or make them not interested in them, or not love them more, or you're just trying to please him. He says he likes doing it without the rubber, so let me just let him. Girl, you're doing yourself in the long run. Like, in the long run, you're doing yourself, because there's so many, even apart from being pregnant, carrying on, getting unnecessarily pregnant, there is the issue of having STDs. So these guys, you don't know who they've slept with. They might seem like they are all faithful to you and stuff, but you never really know, except like you really trust them and they're really good people. Protection is really important. Don't be shy. I see people being shy going to the countertops to get condoms. Like, there's no need for that. There's no need to be shy going to the countertops to get condoms. Just go ahead and ask for it, because it's important. If he says he doesn't want it, tell him, okay, you're not doing again. Like, try to stand your ground. It protects you from a lot of things. Even if you don't get pregnant and he doesn't give you STDs, him depositing sperm inside you constantly like that, and you not standing up to go and wash it immediately out of your system, like, that deposition all the time causes BV as well, because the vagina is acidic in nature and sperm is alkaline, and too much sperm that is alkaline inside the acidic vagina, it's going to mess it up. So, and then you start to experience that bad smell. So try to always just use protection. If you're with someone you really trust and you guys are super exclusive and you trust them, trust in capital letter. Then if you don't want to use protection, you can go ahead to always wash up when you're done. Like after everything, it's you want to lay on the bed and cuddle. That's the time you want to stand up and run to the bathroom and wash up. um Chisom says, I love you, Lydia. I love you so much, boo. And then Larry Crown says, your view on the use of contraception among sexually active unmarried ladies. Okay, my view on that is it's absolutely necessary. Hey God, like I look around and I see people getting pregnant because they just decided to be naive and foolish. Like some people don't genuinely know, and that's because the way it is in a Nigerian household, you can't even say you're trying to have sex with anybody. Like what? You must be a virgin until you're married. Don't get me wrong, like virgins and people that kept themselves till they got married, kudos to you. But then so many things happen down the line that you can't control, but you can control when you want to get pregnant and when you don't want to get pregnant. Don't be naive now and saying, okay, I'm shy, I don't want to go to the family planning clinic, they'll be looking at me like a bad girl. When you carry that belly and everybody's looking at you with your big tummy protruding, then you know it would have been better for you to go get some sort of contraceptive. So what I feel like people do now is to go and buy these pills like post pill, postenol, and they take it regularly. That's not good for your system because it makes you, I stopped losing in my hair. It makes your hormone system to be imbalanced, so you have hormonal imbalance, and sometimes that can lead to you having heavier bleeding than normal, excess bleeding even after your period, weird bleedings here and there because your hormone is not balanced. Those drugs are meant to be taken in a case of rape or in a case of someone just had sex with you without you wanting to, so that's like an emergency pill. But if you're dating someone and you guys are always having sex and you don't want to, you guys have agreed that you don't want to use protection, you both are trusting yourself and you're mutually exclusive, then you need to get some sort of more permanent like contraceptive measure, maybe like IUDs or implants on your hand or pills. Like I feel like IUDs are the easiest, it's just like a set it and forget it mechanism. So yeah, actually I'm practicing that as well. I'm using one of the methods which I've mentioned. I'm not going to specify which, but then like it's very necessary. You can be in control of yourself and your body. Don't let anyone deceive you. Just go to a family planning clinic, and it's very easy because nowadays they give it to girls. You don't have to be married. In Nigeria here, you don't have to be married. Just go say you want to do this. Of course the nurse will be able to ascertain if you're of age. You can't be very young and wanting to have sex that young. Of course it's good to educate yourself. I see 16-year-olds getting pregnant, 15-year-olds getting pregnant. You need to educate yourself. Of course, like you need to be fully educated. That's a mistake I'm not going to make. As my child starts to develop, my girl children, I'll have that talk with them. Like, you will know what's up, not the ones that they'll be telling you, oh, if a guy touches you, you're going to get pregnant. Like, no, sis, like, it doesn't work that way. You need to know how it works. And so, yeah, if you're someone that is sexually active and you're always taking Postinor 2, it's very bad for you. And it causes a lot of other things apart from what I've even mentioned. Sometimes even because of the hormonal imbalance, your pussy, I just said, wow, your vagina smells crazy because of that as well. So it causes a lot of trouble. You have unnecessary breakouts on your face because, like it or not, what goes into your body comes out some other way. You have breakouts on your face, it's crazy. So just go get some sort of contraceptive measure like that works for you. If you're someone that remembers to take the pill severally, the pill is to be taken the same time every day, and then IUDs are just those ones are you put it in and then it's there for a while. You could get, there are two types of that. Like that's a whole nother topic. If you want me to talk more about that, let me know. But then just try to get something that works for you. I'm definitely pro that. Like I'm I'm for that motion, you should get contraceptives if you're sexually active. Like, don't be naive and don't be a mumu person, be smart. This is 21st century, girl. Yeah, I'm pro celibacy. Like, if you feel like you need to take a break from everything and clear your mind, your air, your aura, your spirit, like spiritually balance yourself again. Because, like it or not, sexual relationships or sexual intercourse and all of that is a spiritual, interaction. Like, whether you want to believe it or not, you guys exchange spirits, and there's just so many things that happen when you have sex with someone. So just protect your energy. Don't just have sex with anybody. If you've had sex and you don't want to have sex anymore, fine. Like, you can practice celibacy. And I feel like celibacy and masturbation or watching porn is like, you're not really celibate. If you want to be celibate, be celibate. So Marcus Temi says dealing with your weight. So the thing is, with weight, even though right now I'm on a weight loss journey, growing up I've always been the heaviest. I've always been tall. I'm 5'9", so I've always been tall and big. I don't think I've ever seen myself skinny. Even when, of course, I'm way bigger than how I was in SS1, SS2. That's secondary school, in case you're not in Nigeria watching. But then, like, I've always been big, and I just always felt this is me. Like, this is how I am. I don't know any other way. I'm not I It's not as if I was skinny and I became big. I don't know any other way. So I kind of embodied that, and I loved my body the way it was. So even though I'll see people around me skinny, the way they are, like fine, sexy, all that jazz, I just felt, me too, I'm sexy, me too, I'm big, and I'm bold and beautiful. I always just owned it, so it never really was an issue to me. Up until maybe now. Why I'm losing weight now is just because I got to a point where I wasn't feeling as confident as I used to. So you asked me to take pictures, full body pictures, and I'll be trying to look for angles, like, oh, this side doesn't show my stomach so well, this side shows my stomach. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, this angle makes me look too fat, this angle makes me look slimmer. Like, one day I just asked myself, I'm like, are you going to keep looking for angles? And then my jeans started feeling very tight. The jeans I wear now, the ones I wear now, I'm like, I'm not going to buy a bigger size than this. I'm not going to give this fat any more accommodation to grow. So right now I'm not still like killing myself with the weight loss. So, like, oh, I'm going to eat one grass today and another grass tomorrow. Speaking of my weight, I started taking this it's like a supplement. It's called Reload. It has like fruits, veggies. It helps with the bones and working out and all that jazz. So I take this and I take really little food. Like, what I'm doing now is heavy portion controlling with my weight. I'm heavy portion controlling with what I eat. So I'll eat like a full tray of food before, but now I'll eat something really small, like a bowl plate for soups. And it helped me calm down. Like, it helped me now I feel stronger. I definitely don't know if I want to be those kind of like skinny, but I know I want to be fit. I want to feel a bit healthier. I want to be able to climb the staircase and not feel like I'm dying and breathing out of my eyes and my nose. And Saxo Glam asks, should your female friends support you? Should your female friends support your hustle? So definitely I feel yes, they should, but then there's always this thing of jealousy and fear. When someone sees you and they feel like you're going to do better than them, they kind of they're afraid. So most times people express that fear in so many ways. They either don't support you, they don't follow you, they ignore you when you ask for their help. But I just feel like, as a girl, you just do your thing. Don't be looking for anyone's support. Definitely when you blow, in quotes, and you get really successful, they can't deny that fact. But just don't feel like anybody owes you anything. That's the mentality I like to have. If not, you're going to have a lot of heartache. Oh, this person is my best friend and she's not supporting me. She doesn't post what I post. She doesn't post my flyer. She doesn't even do as if I exist. She doesn't tell people about my business. She has not bought from me. You don't need that in your life. Most times that saying of, oh, a prophet is not recognized in their hometown, it goes a long way with this or with this situation. Don't feel like anybody owes you anything. Just do your best, work hard on your business, and definitely, your success will come. Doesn't matter. That's just what I'm trying to say. Yes, they should support you, but they won't, because they're jealous and they're afraid of what you might become. So that's not your business to worry about. At the end of the day, they don't really owe you anything. So don't think that way, that, oh, you're supposed to be supporting me and you're not supporting me. They're not the ones that God gave the keys to the success of your hustle or your business to. Like, the keys are in your own hands. So make it work, baby girl. So the flowers child question is pleasure. We're always focused on how to make men feel good. What about women? And I totally agree. Like, it's always about, oh, what do we do to make him feel better, blah blah blah. But the men don't put in as much effort to make the girls feel good. Like, they don't know what to do to make a woman feel good. It's not always just about like, just start straight up going like, sorry, you have to wake me up first, wake my body up, tell you what you want first. Like, don't be in such a hurry. And it's crazy, like, so many men are so oblivious. They think the rubbish they are doing makes sense, but it doesn't. And I was saying to my friend, I was like, I now understand why some girls just decide to go to become lesbians, because, like, what are the men really giving you at the end of the day? They just do it to mostly satisfy themselves. Most men don't really care about satisfying the girls and making them feel good and making them, really really enjoy the process. They're just quick to just do and satisfy themselves, and they're on their way. So I definitely understand the standpoint of not virgins, of lesbians more now. So yeah, that's a very important topic. But, like, I don't know how we're going to reach out to the men folk. They need to know that sometimes we want aggression, but then, it's not always about, like, straight to the point. Foreplay, have fun, make me anticipate what's going to happen, make my body anticipate what's going to happen. So all I have to say for that is, God go help us. How do you actually manage a cheating partner, or do you just walk? So this question is very tricky, because I had a cheating partner last year and I just walked. I just bounced. I didn't even have energy. I spoke about it in my mukbang I did. I just bounced, basically. So what I would say is, it depends on the situation. There's a point where you can bear it to, and then you just become stupid and foolish. So what you can handle. Some women will say, oh, no problem, all men cheat, and I'm willing to stay with him so far as he doesn't bring any infections to me, or makes the person he's cheating with disrespect me. So depends on what rocks your boat. But for me, I'll say, find a balance. If he cheats once or twice and you feel like you can't take it anymore, then by all means tell him you're not doing it again. But don't manage to the point where he's giving you infections, giving you STDs upon STDs. You're having to treat so many infections that that he's the one that gave it to you, not that you were doing stuff on your own and you got it as well. Do you get? So there's only a point where you can only endure for so long before becoming like a mumu. So try to find that balance. Definitely, like, try to find that balance of, okay, this is where I've had it to, and time to move on. You can find that balance, but don't stay to the point where he disregards you and disrespects you, and he just does it because that, okay, oh, this my madam will forgive me. She know they go anywhere. She doesn't even have someone better. That's why she's staying with me. My dear, leave him and be going. That better person will come on the way. Don't just be thinking, oh, how many years have I invested in this relationship and I want to give it up. Those kind of things come into play as well. But just at the end of the day, know that whatever decision you're making will be best for you in the long run. And then Studio the Oluwa Ferrami says toxic friendship, and this is a topic that I'm really passionate about, because I feel like for the longest part growing up, I protected my energy. I was just very, what's the word? I kept to myself. I didn't keep a lot of girlfriends or even boyfriends. I just stayed on my own, because people are just stressful, to be honest. People are just stressful, and I don't have the energy of being in a situation where I'm not comfortable with you, but then I'm still calling you my friend, and you still have to be in my space all the time and take advantage of me and all of that. Like, just cut it off. Any toxic friendship you have, cut it off. Don't manage. I don't manage friendships. Like, once I feel like it's not mutually benefiting enough for me to bear or for you to bear, like, everybody should be on their own, please. Like, that's just what I have to say about that. Like, it's not worth it to be always stressed out about someone. Oh, I hate that girl, she's always making me cry, or she's always accusing me of something, and then you are still friends with that person. Like, could make sense, rara. So just cut it off. Don't be worried about how they'll feel. They'll be all right. They'll be all right, I promise you. Just cut it off. And then Kelly, she says female health issues like vaginismus. So basically vaginismus is when you try to do something to the vagina, like insert something in there, and it kind of squeezes together or has like a spasm. Maybe you're trying to put in your tampons, if you're someone that uses tampons, or you're trying to put in a sex toy or the main penis itself, and it makes, like, maybe intercourse, it makes it very painful. And a lot of guys really are oblivious to this fact, and they just do it regardless, of whether she's in pain or not. And a lot of people even have this and they don't know what it is. I feel like you should see a gynecologist. Try to have people, doctors in specialist doctors, try to have them, like a dermatologist, a gynecologist. I know here in Nigeria, like, it's our practice. You only go to the hospital when you fall down and faint, or when something is terribly wrong. You don't go for like regular checkups and examinations. Definitely try to figure out, a good gynae around you and visit them. If you're someone that has this, like, every time you try to put something in there, you just squeeze up and it becomes very painful. That's vaginismus, and a lot of people don't talk about this or know about this. But then I feel like once you feel like you have that, definitely go see a gynecologist. They'll be able to prescribe something to help the muscles there. The muscles that are affected by that relax a bit more. Guys, I just went ahead to take out most of the hair because of time, and I'm just going to go ahead and answer the last few questions I have. Bimboni, my baby, she says the importance of mom to daughter relationship, because that's hard for me. I feel it's really important, to have a relationship with your mom, because at the end of the day, she's the one that really can guide you and just help make life easier. But then I understand if maybe she wasn't there since when you were a child, or she's done things to you that really hurt you bad, and you don't want to have anything to do with her. That's totally fine as well, because it's almost as if she died when you were young, and people have survived that way. But then if it's something you feel is workable and fixable, and you can try to make it work, I feel like you should, because it's important. It's important. But if it's something that is beyond your power and you can't do anything about it, then by all means, just let it be. You've come this far without having one. I'm not going to say impose it on her or impose it on yourself as well. It has to be something that the two of you are willing to work on. And if it's one-sided, it will be very difficult and hard, and it will even cause you more heartache. So just try to see if it's something you can work on. I really don't know what it is, but if it's something you can work on, then by all means, work on it, my love. My arms are killing me at this point. Like, I don't know. I know why I don't like doing my hair, because I don't have energy for it, and I really want to try and work out this evening. It's currently to 7, so I really want to try and work out, and it's almost as if it's raining outside as well. Let's see how it goes. Unique Coral, she asks about my first sex experience. My first sex experience, I was raped actually. And it was by like a pastor guy that usually comes to the house, and it's not something that I think I'm ready to talk about yet. So let's leave that for another day, okay? But if you're asking me because maybe you want to, you know, have sex with someone for the first time, my advice would be to make sure that that's something you want to do, and not because he's cajoling you to have sex. Let that be something you want to do because you're ready to do it, not because you want to please him or you want him to keep being your boyfriend, and so you're doing it because of him. Because trust me, in the next few years, if he's not really meant for you, you will even be wondering what you were doing, why you were doing what you were doing for him now. Your eyes will be open more. So please, if you're asking me because you're about to, try to make sure that you're doing it for you, like it's the best decision for you, and not because you're doing it for the guy or he's telling you he's going to leave you because you've not because you don't want to have sex with him, or you're not ready to give up your virginity. Okay? Pretty Recky, she said, loving more than one guy, is it love or lust? So I definitely think you can love more than one person. It's not lust, but then when it's going to be lust or when it's going to be foolish is when you're maybe having sex with both of them, or having intimate relationships with them. Like, try to pick your hustle or pick your struggle, but it's okay to fancy two people. It's very okay. It's not lust, it's normal. So, but don't make the mistake of getting intimate with both of them. Just try to pick one. Don't just, don't be a hoe. Please don't cringe, all of you. I'm not supposed to spray it with conditioner or something, water or something before combing, but this comb I'm using is really quite good. My hair always breaks. It's something I'm used to, so don't be afraid. Answered some, if not all, of the questions because and I couldn't also get all the questions because I didn't check it before it cleared up. The question box usually clears up after 24 hours. So if you ask questions and you didn't see me answer them, please let me know. Like, comment it in the comment section down below and I'll definitely respond to them. Band, I cut it. I'm just going to go ahead and pack this up. If you want to do all these bonds and all these things, this is the easiest thing to use. So guys, that completes the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me take down my hair and answer some questions. We can continue the conversation down in the comments. Please let me know any questions you might have that wasn't answered. I really want to talk about them, and if you want me to make specific videos for anything as well, let me know down below and I'll definitely do that. I'm about to go work out because I'm trying to not gain weight in this quarantine, so I'm going to go and try to work out, and then I'm going to see all you lovelies in my next video. If you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. It will mean so much to me. Like, it really helps my channel grow when you give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel as well if you'd like to see more uploads from me. And I'm going to see all you lovelies in my next video. Bye. Mwah.